Hey traders, I'm going to teach you in this video. John Howell here. How rude of me not to introduce myself. You guys have just first time you see me. I'm going to talk to you guys about one powerful chart reading technique that you can start using in your trading. It's a simple technique, but it's very powerful. So before I get straight in this video, anything I do say in this video is just education only. This is just a charting technique. It's not a trading system. It's not anything like that. But this is here to help you. Obviously, all trading involves with risk. Make sense? All right, fantastic. All right, guys. Before I do start, first link in description. I'm running a live training this Thursday, and click on that link. Click on that link below and see if you want to join me this Thursday. That'll be live. It's not like a replay or anything like that, but it's going to be live, and you can ask me questions and all that sort of stuff, and I'll be there live walking you through an amazing strategy. So without further ado, let me walk you through this one powerful chart reading technique. Now, this is something that a lot of people have actually struggled with, and let me actually see if I can do this here. Let me see if I can just bring up a blank. There we go, a blank one. And we'll just do tab here, tab 2. So this is just a blank candlestick chart. And it doesn't matter what candlestick chart it is, and it doesn't matter what chart you're using. But let's actually just go over here. I'm just going to use the weekly chart here on silver right now as an example of what I'm talking about here. All right, so what the one powerful chart reading technique is, and what a lot of people fail to look out for, is the highs and lows. Now, this is something that's really simple, but whether you think the market is manipulated or something like that, then you just got to go back and have a look at what the overall market is actually doing. Make sense? Like what the overall market is doing. It doesn't matter. It's like, oh, John, but this market is manipulated. That market is manipulated. You can't read this. You can't trade that, etc., etc., etc. Listen, when you're trading the markets are only doing markets only really doing one thing: creating highs and lows. And that highs and lows, peaks and troughs, are creating a story. Make sense? So, you know, back through here, this is obviously through silver. Back through here, as silver was going down, we can see we started stair-stepping down. Now, in a downtrend, let me actually do this here. So peaks and troughs, highs and lows. In a downtrend, we obviously have highs and lows, highs and lows. All right. So each high it's basically making lower highs, lower highs, lower highs, lower highs. And in a downtrend, lower lows, and lower highs. But the most important part is that the sellers keep making lower highs. In an uptrend, we have higher highs and higher lows. But the most important part is seeing the buyers making these new highs here. So as long as it's making higher highs. So the reason why I say that is this: is when you actually look at the chart, you can actually see here that without any of that sort of stuff that's gone on through there, you can see that this market made a high, then it made a lower high, then it made a lower high, then a lower high, then another lower high, and then another lower high, and then it made an equal high. So if you're looking at this chart through here, who is in control of this market right now through this whole time, regardless of what the manipulation or whatever you think is going on, right? Just by purely reading the chart, it's the sellers, right? Sellers have this in control. So then what actually happened here? We actually we made a higher low, then we made a what? We made a higher high, and then another higher low. So who's in control here? Buyers. And the market ran up, came up, made a high, made another higher high, could not break above it. It made so because it could not break above the high, therefore it was showing weakness. It came down and actually broke this low through here. And now it created this low. So now what is it actually doing? It's making lower highs and lower lows. So who's in control? Sellers, right? So sellers comes down, makes another lower low, makes another lower high, and another lower low through there. So who's in control through here? Sellers. Then suddenly it runs back up again. And then let me now open this right up through here. So this again, looking at silver, and you just flow through it, right? So we have this low, now we have a higher low, and now we have a higher high. So who's in control here? Buyers. But could the buyers break above this high here? They couldn't, could they? And they actually rejected it. So the buyers actually failed to break above this high here, basically causing a double top. Then what did it create? It created a lower low and then another lower high. So who's in control here? Sellers. And then the sellers came down. Lower high. And now what is this here? This is now forming, it's actually, as of last week, what did it form? Looks like it's forming now another lower high. So who's in control of this market here? Sellers, right? So you can see basically a double top, lower high, sellers in control. So the overall trend is down. The overall the big institutions, the big buyers and big sellers are selling this market off. So that's one powerful charting technique, guys, that I use all the time when looking at the markets. It's like who's in control, looking at the highs and looking at the lows. And as you can see, the story changes. That's the reason why you need to bend and mold with it. But it's important to read who's in control and where is the trend of that particular stock or index. I've just used silver here because it's a great example of what is happening right now. So there we go, guys. One powerful chart reading technique.